Welcome to the Vernon Hills Update. The update offers information about a variety of village services. You'll meet a few of your neighbors and you'll find out about upcoming events. On today's show, we'll get a few quick safety reminders to keep us all alert and aware, especially as we travel through our neighborhoods and busy school zones. We'll look ahead to the village's Oktoberfest celebration, planned for Saturday, September 27th at the Vernon Hills Metro Station. We'll learn how Countryside Fire and other local firefighters practice their skills at a soon-to-be-demolished restaurant site here in town. We'll find out about the upcoming tryouts for the Vernon Hills Lady Cougars feeder basketball program. And we'll stop by Maggiano's Little Italy, which recently opened at Westfield Hawthorne Mall. Thank you for tuning in to the Vernon Hills Update.
Hi, I'm Kim Christensen with the Vernon Hills Police Department's Crime Prevention Unit. A look over my shoulder right now on Hawthorne Parkway, and look at how few cars are here. Well, it's also the middle of August, and in about next week, when school gets cranked up again, there's going to be cars all over the place. There's going to be, more importantly, there's going to be children all over the place. So let's go over some safety facts now for you and drivers and also for children. School-aged children can become easily distracted, and they may dart across the street without any warning at all. They also don't understand the danger of moving vehicles. Such as they can't judge vehicle speed or vehicle distance just like an educated and experienced driver can. And initially, since they're smaller, they can also be blocked from view by the bus or vehicles in the area. But most importantly, children expect vehicles to stop for them when they're at school bus stops. They don't know if you're going to stop or not. They expect you to. Drivers, get in the habit of knowing where school zones are when you travel in the morning and in the afternoon. School zone speed limits, where the legal speed limit is 20 miles an hour, not 30 like you might see in some residential areas. And something else to remember, Illinois law clearly states that a school zone speed limit is in effect from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on school days when children are present. If you see a marked crosswalk, remember that drivers must come to a complete stop, not just slow down. And you have to yield when a pedestrian is in a marked crosswalk. You also have to yield on school days when children are in close proximity to a school zone crosswalk. Look for bicycles, children walking, crossing guards. And again, scan between two parked vehicles for children. We can't repeat that enough. Be prepared. Be prepared to take evasive action, and take that action fast. Part of our monthly show and update is reminding everybody about the importance of the cell phone law that took effect on January 1st. This sign is still significant. Last year at this time when school opened up, the new cell phone law was not in effect. Last year, you could not use a cell phone in a school zone unless it was hands-free or you were calling 911 or some other exceptions. This year, you can take this sign and apply it everywhere. So what I want you to do is make this sign as a reminder. As long as you see this sign, it should be a reminder that, no, we do not want you using your cell phone in a school zone, but we don't want you using your cell phone anywhere unless it meets the exceptions in the law. Okay, let's spend a little time now talking about school buses. If you see the flashing yellow lights on a school bus, they are a warning that the bus will soon be stopping to load or unload passengers. Now, the school bus driver will activate these during the last 100 feet that the bus is traveling before stopping. In other words, you should be ready to stop. The extended stop signal arm and flashing red lights advise motorists the bus has stopped and is loading or unloading passengers. Now let's clear up any misunderstanding that may exist as far as when you have to stop when a bus is stopped to load or unload passengers. When a school bus is traveling on a 2-lane roadway and is stopped to pick up or drop off students, the vehicles in all lanes, or both lanes of traffic, must stop. Vehicles should stop at least 20 feet before reaching the school bus to allow the students to cross the roadway safely. Now, When a school bus is traveling on a 4-lane roadway with at least 2 lanes of traffic traveling in the opposite direction, only those lanes of traffic traveling in the same direction as the school bus must stop. And a perfect example of this is the 4 lanes of traffic that are on Hawthorne Parkway. A violation of the law can include a suspension of your driver's license and a fine of up to $150 for your first offense. After that, the penalty is harsher. But what we really want everybody to remember is that this law applies in parking lots also, not just on the street. The law specifically says at any location. On behalf of Chief Mark Fleischauer and everyone at the Vernon Hills Police Department, thank you for watching and thank you for doing your part to keep everyone safe. If you have any questions about anything we talked about today, you can visit our website, vhpd.com, send us an email, or you can give me a call at 847-247-4889. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Hallo, guten Tag. It's time for Oktoberfest. We're with our Gates. That's all I've got. You can continue by yourselves. We're at the Village Hall to talk about Oktoberfest. We're with Monica Lundin and Joe Carey. They've been working on behalf of all of us to get this ready to go. And 10th annual Oktoberfest. It's a go, huh?
Yeah, no, we're all set. We're raring to go. We've got the band's booked. The raffle's underway.
And we're having the food vendors who are, do their food, and it all goes for good cause. Is that coming up again?
Right. All the food vendors are nonprofit organizations,
Okay.
and whatever they make is theirs. We don't charge them for a booth or anything like that because that's what we do. We give back, and we try to make sure that all the nonprofits have made enough money and what have you. Nobody sells the same thing, so it's really nice that way.
And Joe, this will be new to you, but you just go booth to booth. Like the seniors have pie, and they give you some advice because they're the seniors and they have a lot of wisdom. But you go down and you get the corn. Didier's always helps the high school, so it's that kind of thing. You're going to enjoy it, Joe. So we're going to make sure Joe has a good time.
Right, absolutely. It is Joe's first year, and he's going to have a good time. He'll be back there behind the bar. He'll probably be selling little tickets. We've got him set up for everything.
Okay, now let's start at the top because at the beginning of the day, the day starts at 3 o'clock at the Metro Station on Saturday, September 27th. So at 3 o'clock, you get a herd of kids because they want to be there at the beginning.
Well, I mean, a herd of kids, yes. That is exactly what we get as a herd of kids. Mm-hmm. There are so many kids there, but as I said before, this is a give back to the community. Our board, our president, they're all very generous about having events. Everything is free for the children. There's crafts, there's face painting, there's pumpkins painting.
As long as it lasts, because I know they go through hundreds and
Absolutely.
hundreds and hundreds of pieces of supplies, thanks to Home Depot. And who's doing the face painting?
Okay, so the face painting is being done by Mario Tricosi School. This is the school in Libertyville off of 176 that teaches all the girls how to, do hair and makeup and all that. So they're coming out and doing this for free.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's very generous of them, and I'm very excited about it. They were at the National Night Out.
Okay.
So if anybody was at National Night Out, you'd see how great they did. We have the petting zoo, which is free. And that we've had in the past. We have the hayride, which is also free, and that's sponsored by the Vernon Hills Park District.
And
Which
Joe,
is
you'll want to do
extremely
that. It's a
generous.
little scary when it gets dark, but it's really a neat ride. And they have rubber tires on the trailer, so it's really quite comfortable. So I like to, Joe's first, time to experience it. I want him
Absolutely.
to really get excited. So.
Maybe the inflatables too. The inflatables we'll have again, and it's Record-A-Hits, companies owned by one of our own Vernon Hills residents, and we're grateful that they come in and they give us a really good deal on that. We've got kids crafts. I haven't ordered them. However, I'm trying to make them different this year.
Okay.
And so, but they'll be fabulous, like always.
Yeah.
And
Twist and Shout balloonist, is that the person that everybody
that's
loves?
Holly.
Oh,
Oh
she
my
does
gosh,
such a
yeah.
great job.
Now remember, you guys, when the time is done for them, like Holly, 7 o'clock or 5:30. I'm sorry, 5:30. She's done at 5:30. If you're still in line, I really apologize, but that's it. She's done at 5:30. The
fingers
crafts,
can't do much more
no.
than that either.
The crafts, the pumpkins, those are done when we're done. You know, when they're gone, they're gone. The inflatables, they'll be there a little later. They'll be there till 7, which is kind of nice. And then the music starts
Yeah,
at 4.
let's talk about the 4 o'clock band. You've got Joey Cash and the Braun brothers, and you said, you know, they're
Oh my
boys, so
gosh.
but they're.
Oh my gosh, what can I say about these guys? They're 12 years old. He dresses as Johnny Cash, got the hair slicked back, and he's got two friends with him. I don't want to say little friends because that's not very nice.
But they're young, but they're young men.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, they are so good.
Yeah,
Of course, I have to say they're cute too,
yeah. Well, you know.
but they're really good.
So that's 4 to 5, and then at 5 o'clock, 5 to 7, you've got a band called Get Back. What kind of thing are they
Right,
doing?
they're 60 music, so they basically classic rock, Beatles, Rolling Stone, Cream, Tom Petty, Crosby, Stills, Nash, Simon and Garfunkel, America, Zach Brown Band,
good
and they're local also. They're all the bands for this evening are going to be local. Local meaning Lake County.
Okay. And then 7:30 to 10, you've got According to Kate, and you said you heard her up at Lindenhurst, and she was fabulous.
She was fabulous. She's a country band. However, she does do other things like Pat Benatar, Journey, and Triumph. But she does Miranda Lambert, Gretchen Wilson. We've never had a country band per se at Oktoberfest, so we thought, well, let's try it out because she's really dynamic.
Well, so what we're talking here is, remember, everything's free. Except what we do want you to do is bring your appetite and your checkbook so that you go and visit the food vendors and eat your supper there, because all that goes back to those nonprofits, whoever they may be, so they can support their programs.
That's the only thing that isn't free is the food
and the beverages.
And the beverages, right.
And it does get a little bit more adult-like as the night goes on. I
Right.
mean, just understand, because there is like the beverage tent.
Right, absolutely. And again, we'll, have fabulous beverages, Blue Moon, Miller, Hofbrau, pop, water, wine. We've got several great sponsors, obviously, Home Depot being the biggest one. They bring out 500 of those pumpkins, those little pie pumpkins, and then they do all the decorations for us. What a fabulous
What a great
community-orientated
partnership,
company they are.
I see Mariano's,
Mariano's has supplied us with some wine, and then Windy City Novelties helped us with the banners that go around the bars, the food vendor bar and the bar itself. And then we've got Windy City Amusement. You know them because they've been at Summer Celebration doing all of the carnival rides and stuff. They let us use a trailer, so we got a ticket booth, which is really nice. I mean, they come all the way from St. Charles just to drop that off for us. That's a long ways.
Well, and
but we're grateful.
And on top of it, we're grateful because I know it's more work for you guys. It's more work for Public Works. It's more work for our police. It's more work for everybody. But it's for a real community down home kind of event. It's a great event. So.
And that's right. I mean, it really truly is a community-wide event. I mean, everyone from the Park District who volunteers with the hayride to the support that we get from our Village Board of Trustees and the mayor. I mean, it really is a community-wide event that couldn't be done without the community.
Yeah, it's a really neat event. So remember, and it's rain or shine, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so we're hoping it's shining. 10th annual Oktoberfest, Saturday, September 27th, 3 to 10 at the Vernon Hills Metro Station. There's more information coming online so you can look at the schedules. But get there early, especially if you're a kid. And thank you for all your work, and Guten Tag.
Big Gates.
Well, it's an exciting day here for Countryside Fire and a lot of the other protection agencies around the community. We're with Fireman Tony Rodkey to talk about some special training they've been able to work up here. We're over at the former Tilted Kilt on Milwaukee Avenue, and I guess you guys got the right to come in here and do some training.
That's correct. We were given permission to do firefighter training with our neighboring fire departments such as Lincolnshire, Riverwoods, Libertyville, Lake Forest, Lake Bluff, whoever was available to participate in the training. It was a last minute thing, and here we are. The guys are working on a few objectives such as large area searches, breaching walls.
Just the general kind of training that you don't get to do unless, well, this building is going to be coming down. That's why they can go in and do whatever it is they need to do.
Exactly.
And it's not very often you get a building that's going to come down that you can practice this stuff.
That's true, and deploying a 2.5-inch hose line and firefighter rescue. We call it RIT, Rapid Intervention Team.
Okay, so and that's what we behind us right now. We see people up on the roofs. They've got kind of like pickaxes and long poles. What are they doing up there?
They're doing some ladder work, bringing their tools, practicing bringing tools to the roof, cutting holes for ventilation, assuming we got a clear smoke.
Okay. Oh, that's when they put the holes in the roof. They're doing it so that the smoke gets out, so the firefighters inside can work, or what is that?
Exactly. It's giving us better visibility and helping find the fire.
Okay. And when we saw these people go up and down these ladders, not only do they have all of their coats and hats and tanks, they've got like these, saws and all this stuff. Tell me, like, before we move on to what else is going inside, how much does all that weigh? I mean, you got to be strong to be a firefighter.
It's about 75 pounds with your bunker coat, bunker pants and boots, steel-toed boots, your helmet and gloves. Then you're going to have your air pack on.
How much is that?
That's probably about 30 pounds.
Oh.
And then you're going to be carrying a tool. We're trained to bring a tool along, whether it's a pickhead X, a flathead X, a Halligan bar, a pike pole, something that's going to help you in possibly a search or getting a door open.
So you come with as much equipment as you think you're going to need on that team. So tell me then, so that's heavy. I can see that it's a lot to move around. My thought is that these people have to be pretty physically fit before they even sign up to get on the force.
Definitely. There's a CPAT test. We used to do this combat challenge. We were given a physically annually by a doctor, and we're encouraged to participate in physical fitness while on duty. We have a workout facility, and off duty, of course, always helps.
Well, I'm thinking even just today, it's warm out here today, and they got those coats on, and then if you're going into a fire situation, it's not going to be cool in there, so you just got to have it going on all the way around.
Yes, I always tell the kids out there, imagine putting on all your winter clothes in the middle of the summer when somebody's going swimming. Yeah. It's crazy, but that's what's going to protect them actually in a fire.
Okay, so we got the guys going up on the roofs and they're pulling hoses. I see they've got it hooked to the fire plug and everything here. Inside, they're doing a whole nother kind of thing. Tell us about what's the cord that's running along the ground, and what are these guys doing?
Well, when they do a large area search, they know, okay, there's a RIT, Rapid Intervention Team. They're going to hook up a rope, okay, so that they know which way they have to go to get out. Okay. There may be hoses in the building, but not sure where those are going. Dark, smoky environment. They're going to hook up a rope on the outside. That's what that cord was. And they're going to, as they're searching for the person they need to get, they have their way out.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, and then that rapid intervention team I see on the training, you really are making it tough. You've got their face masks where they're pulling in the oxygen. You've got them blacked out today.
Because this is a large building, it's difficult to smoke it up and with a smoke machine and keep it real life conditions. So they black out the masks. So the guys, like in a fire, sometimes you can't see your hand in front of your face, and that's why they have it blacked out. They have to go on their other training, listening, and instincts that are going to help them find that person.
So those guys were watching training as they're going through, holding that rope. They can't see. They're doing it by following the rope, listening to commands, and we could hear radio commands going on in there. So what were they trying? What was their objective in there on that one? Were they looking for something?
They were looking for a downed firefighter. You heard that whistling, beeping sound. That's a pass device that tells us there's a downed firefighter. When we are still, we're not moving for about 30 seconds, that's going to kick on. So if somebody is caught or fell or knocked out, that's going to activate, and it's going to tell all the other firefighters that, hey, we got a guy down, we got to find him and get him out for whatever
So that's
reason.
what those guys were doing. Then they were listening for where that was coming from and trying to find their way back in and figure out where they could get him out.
Exactly, and then maybe there was a crew in there earlier that got out, and they're letting those guys know, okay, he's in the southwest corner of the building, second room to the left.
Okay, keep going back this way or whatever. So every firefighter then on their jacket or something has a device like that?
The pass device is actually hooked to the harness of the SCBA. That's the self-contained breathing apparatus.
Okay, that's a lot of equipment. You guys are like pretty high tech. Good to know. I'm glad to hear it. So now, as you guys are training, the other thing they talked about is we're going to practice breaching walls. Now, what is that and why is it important?
Breaching walls is sometimes needed in case you do find yourself trapped, that you're going to have to bust through a wall in order to get out. Sometimes it's important to breach the wall in order to get hose to a certain part of a large building that is inaccessible from heat and fire, and that's why it's important.
Okay. So when they're breaching it, I see they've got their like long, pointy poles. What are those called again?
Pike poles.
Pike poles. They've got their axes. They've got just regular axes like you'd think of a fireman. They've got saws and all sorts. So they're just going through whatever they can as fast as they can.
They're going to go through methodically and deliberately and safely. But yes, the tools are needed for different functions.
Okay, and as you mentioned before, you've got a lot of different first responder groups out here. You've got, and that's how you guys like to train. You guys like to work, because you do have to work together from time to time.
Yes, if we get a fire here in Vernon Hills, we're getting help from Lincolnshire Riverwoods, Libertyville, Mundelein, Lake Forest. Sometimes, depending on the size of the incident, we're going to be getting some more help from other surrounding areas as far as as Grays Lake, Wakanda, Lake Zurich.
And similarly, you're running off if you have to give aid as well. What's mutual aid?
Mutual aid is assistance to the neighboring fire departments. And we may go as far as Zion, depending on the scale of the incident.
Okay, and so as you're talking about that, it seems like it's a good idea. You guys all seem to know each other as we're walking in there. We've got different departments here, different commanders, different firefighters, but you all are communicating and working together as one team.
Well, the networking takes place during these types of trainings and other outside trainings that the firefighters and commanders attend.
Okay, so is there a lot of ongoing training then if you want to go into this line of work to be one of these firefighter heroes?
It's required to have ongoing training. We train 120 hours minimum in firefighting alone per year, 30 hours for the EMS, for the paramedic license. And there's a lot more training that takes place outside that guys take upon themselves.
Well, and when we talk about, you just said EMS, you're the paramedics as well. You're the ones who come for the car accidents, so it's fire, anything that's going on, it's you guys on the well-trained team that can cover all of it.
That's true. It's fire, rescue, and EMS, emergency medical services.
Okay. And as far as what Countryside has, I know we're standing in front of a really big truck here, and you said this is the brush truck, so you have to be prepared not just for stuff that happens in the, like our more suburban area, but also what's out in your rural area, because you cover a lot of ground.
We do. This is what we call the Wildland Interface Engine, the WUI, and
Say that again, I like that.
WUI, Wildland Interface Engine. And it's designed, it can go to a house fire and be of huge assistance, and it can get into areas where there's wildland fires, typically large grass fires, woodland fires, nothing like out in the Rocky Mountains, of course, but this vehicle does have four-wheel drive and some features that will assist it in the wildland.
No, I know, and sometimes you've talked about, sometimes it's not water, sometimes it's foam. There's a lot of different things. You've got a lot of tools in your kit.
We do use foam depending on the incident. Typically, we want to use foam on a gasoline fire where we have to suppress the vapors. But we've used foam and structure fires as well, and wildland fires.
So you use all your tools wherever you got to use them, and you guys do cover a lot of ground because you're not just Vernon Hills. You go up out toward like Midlothian Road, and you've got a lot of area.
Countryside Fire Protection District incorporates, involves all of most of Vernon Hills, Indian Creek, parts of unincorporated Long Grove, Lake County, Mundelein, all the way out to Fremont Center Road, and up to Grays Lake, Wakanda, and Lake Zurich's borders as well.
So I'm glad you're all ready to go because that's my stomping ground. So I like to know you're around there to help me out. So, well, that is a really we really appreciate that you gave us insight into what's going on today for training and what a person might need to do if they want to, if they're thinking about this. Don't think it's a complex. It's a lot of training. It's a lot of thinking. It's a lot of good health. Glad you're doing all this. Thank you for taking us through it today. And another time when you can have really a nice chance to understand more about what your firefighter paramedics do is when you have your open house coming up in October. Let's put that on everybody's calendar so they can come and say thank you to you and also find out more.
Well, we're hoping you can make it Sunday, October 5th, 8 a.m. to noon, our annual pancake breakfast and open house. Lots of free activities for the kids. All you can eat pancakes for your family for $15. I hope you can make it. It's a great community event.
Well, and I was going to say too, the firefighters, among their other skills, your guys are good pancake flippers. So excellent. I like that. So
thanks, Lynn.
Now remember too, if you ever have questions, if you want to know more, go to the website. Give Fireman Tony a call. When he comes into your classroom, if you're a student, ask him some questions. But most of all, we do give you thank you to you and all the crews that are here and taking time to practice today. So thank you.
It's our pleasure.
Well, it's that time of year again. It's time to start thinking about the Vernon Hills Lady Cougar feeder basketball program. We've come over to the Vernon Hills High School gym to talk to some of the people who are involved in that. We're with Stacy Bretner. She's the program director for that program. And we're with Paul Bretner, who happens to be the Vernon Hills girls varsity basketball coach. And these guys are the ones that are running this program, and these are the ones that know everything about it. And it's good to be back. This means that we're getting into back to school time in fall. So let's first of all, let's get it right out there when tryouts are going to be for this girls basketball program.
We're going to be Sunday, October 5th, and Tuesday, October 7th. Okay. And the times will be on our website.
Okay, so excellent. So start watching for the beginning of October. Now let's remind people what this program, who it's for, who's in it, what age groups.
It's 5th through 8th grade. It's anyone who plans on attending Vernon Hills High School and also lives in District 128.
Okay, so for now they have to, there is a location requirement, I guess, a geographic thing. So, and the idea is this is the feeder to the varsity program. So a lot of these girls you've seen over time.
Oh, absolutely. It's the circle of life, I call it. They start in the feeder league, they come to our high school, play for our varsity, and hopefully when they become college kids, they come back and watch and maybe even help out and coach.
Okay, well, and as we talk about that circle of life, you have, we've seen some of those little girls now grow up and they are playing college ball themselves.
Yeah, we've had Sydney Smith go through and Lauren Webb and Mary Bennett Swanson, and they're all playing college basketball, and Bree Ballman, and there's several kids who are also moving on to college sports as well, and really proud of them, and it's so fun to see them every year come back.
Well, and they come back and help at the clinics and things, correct? Is that what you're talking about when they come back and help?
Oh, absolutely. They come back, they visit in their college breaks to come watch some games, and we've had a couple kids actually graduate college and then coach with us.
Okay. Well, when we talk about that, they are role models. We have all talked before. It's you want to teach skills, but you're also teaching character building things as well. Can we talk about what that program philosophy is?
It's kind of just life skills. Come out, be a cougar, be respectful, know where your spot is on the floor and off the floor, and just being kind and being a team member. So.
Well, and I know a lot of you've talked before, and maybe, is this still the case, where you're doing your practices, you're doing your games, but you also do a few little other things, so there's really a network for the kids.
Yeah, we do pasta parties with the varsity. We also do games at Northwestern. We also go and see varsity games and spend time with them, and sometimes the 8th grade get to go into the locker room and see what varsity is all about as well. So.
Well, and when we talk about this too, these girls are involved in a lot of stuff. So I know you're teaching the life skills, and like you said, they go on for other sports, they go on for other things, but there's that thread of I can do it. I'm confident, girl power kind of stuff, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, is that the
yeah,
word?
yeah. It is. It's girl power. No, it's kind of fun that way. You know, we want them to be successful on and off the floor. So yeah, it's fun that way.
Well, and let's talk about then when they come in and you want to do the tryout, especially now we're talking like 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th. Can somebody try out if they didn't play in 5th grade? Can they come in 6th grade and give it a try?
Absolutely. There's no any rules like that in terms of prior experience. Even especially for 5th grade, we're, starting kind of young. If you've never played before, that's okay. Come on out, give it your best try, and we'll try and work with you as best we can.
And what is a tryout like then? So like maybe the parents at home or the girls who are watching this, like what do I have to know when I come in there?
It's a lot of basketball skills and also some scrimmage time. We want to see where they at with their skills and also how they fit into a bigger scheme in terms of playing some 5-on-5.
Okay, and I know teamwork is one of the keys. Everybody's got their place. You don't have to be a superstar. There's a place on the team. So when people do want to try out, do they need to sign up in advance or anything like that?
They can if they want to. On our website, there's also, they can print off the pages that they need and they can send them in, or they can show up and fill out all the forms and hand them in that day.
Okay, and is there a fee to try out?
Usually there's about a $10 or $15 fee because we do hand out tryout t-shirts as well.
So and I know that's been one of your things, try to keep it affordable, try to not have that not be a detriment to anybody. Well, and as we talk about going through the season, like kind of when does the season start and about how many games and where are you going for that sort of thing?
The tryouts are early October, and then they really get going kind of in November. Okay. We have a coaches clinic with the coaches so that hopefully we're all on par, fit through high school, are all running about the same things. And then their season runs through towards the end of March with a really nice big tournament at the Libertyville Sports Complex.
Okay, so it isn't like you're not doing out-of-town travel tournaments or expenses that way?
The furthest we go is probably Wisconsin sometimes for like a one-day tournament, but that's fun for the girls to be able to kind of go out and do some fun things too. So
mostly they go local to other villages close by, and the commitment for the feeder league is on average a couple days a week. It's not every day like when they get to the high school.
No, and if somebody wants more, I know your website continues to add information. In fact, if somebody wants to know more, you even do a free clinic pre-tryout. Is that going to happen this year?
Absolutely. We'll do another. I believe this is our 6th annual. It's 4th and 5th graders, and it'll be an hour. It'll be sometime in the end of September, maybe early October, depending on our gym space here. But we'll come, we'll have some fun, do some skill work. I'll have some of the varsity girls basketball players helping me, and it's usually a really nice time.
Something for everybody to do, and it's free, right? That thing's
Absolutely,
free? Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, so watch the website for when that date comes up. It depends on gym space. And as it comes to all these people doing all these things, I know you have quite a team behind you. You guys are instrumental, and you've had Rocco Pasolo. You've got all these people doing all these things. So you've got a great network of support here.
Yeah, we do. We always have. And Paul's really been a great support with our feeder program as well. He's always involved and always helping us in any way that he can. And Rocco is still involved, despite of what he says. And he will always be around. But yes, he is the president of our organization. So
if you want to find out more, if you want to get involved, write it down on your calendar. Be ready to go. It's a great thing. And then we get to watch these girls all the way through. So we get to know them at the feeder level, and then they go on to great success. So thank you for all you do. If people want to know more, go to the website, give a call, talk to one of the girls. Right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Wonderful. Have a great season.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Coach Paul Bretner, the Vernon Hills High School girls basketball head varsity coach. Here today we've been talking a little bit about feeder leagues and feeder league tryouts coming up, and we thought we'd give you a couple things to work on at home in preparation of tryouts. We're lucky enough to have varsity girls basketball player Danielle Comator. Danielle, say hi.
Hi.
She's going to work through a couple things that we do at camps and to get better, just to give you an idea of a couple things we think would be real beneficial as tryouts approach. Danielle, why don't you take us through some ball handling drills? Absolutely. We like to do ball handling where you're moving instead of being stationary. So Danielle's going to do some V dribbles on the move, right hand switch. It's very important to keep going on your left hand, work that left hand as much as you work on your right, and then she's going to come backwards. She's going at a nice slow pace. what we try to say is you want to make some mistakes. So once you get something down, you want to push yourself a little bit and get a little bit better at it. Try and do something a little bit different now. Maybe try some in-out cross or some through the legs, something like that. So in-out cross, through the legs. And then backwards. Anything where you're moving with the basketball and working both hands is really beneficial. Good. Do a little zigzag with spin dribble. You can do nice and slow. Good. Spin dribble, taking over the opposite hand. Good. Something like that. And come on back, Danielle. Good. It's very difficult to do. I pulled her out of her study hall today to do this, so she's not exactly dressed in her basketball attire. Great stuff. And those are the kind of things that we're looking at. We're looking at some ball handling as much as you can. We don't have any hoops down now, but otherwise we'd show you Danelle taking some shots. She's got a nice, real nice shot. It's with the hard work that she's put in. So anything when you're shooting or doing ball handling with a basketball, real beneficial. So hopefully that helps. And thank you, Danelle.
We've moved over to Maggiano's Little Italy, the restaurant that's just opened here at Westfield Hawthorne. To everybody's excitement, we've been waiting for a long time for you guys. We're with Ron Darnell, who's a managing partner over here. Busy lunch crowd, so I know you've only got a minute, but it looks like business is booming over here. That's good to know.
Yeah, business has been going great, actually doing a lot better than we anticipated in projections, so it's been very exciting.
Well, let's talk about when you did open, because I know you opened with a pasta cutting ceremony.
Yes, we opened July 19th, and we did a pasta was our ribbon for the cutting ceremony, and had the mayor here, and yeah, it was very exciting.
Well, and I did hear too, you did kind of a soft opening to practice everything, and so some people from the mall, they got to try everything out, and they said awesome, so everybody's been flocking over here ever since.
Yep, absolutely, yeah, we did a friends and family is what we called it, so we invited all the team members, friends, and the people here in the mall to come in and have dinner on us, and it's kind of a practice run for us.
Well, and as we said, we've been excited for this to get here in town at the mall, and we're glad it's going well. Tell us a little bit about the background. I know we've heard of Let Us Entertain You and the Brinker Corporation and all that. Can you tell us a little bit about
A little bit about Maggiano's. You know, we were started at Clark and Grand here in Chicago by Let Us Entertain You. Brinker bought Let Us Entertain You, Maggiano's from Let Us Entertain You back in '95, I believe is when it was. And now we've grown to 40. We were the 48th restaurant open, and we're opening our newest one. We're getting ready to open in Sacramento, California this next week. They're in training, so it's going to be opening in a couple weeks.
So do you move around and help everybody train and open?
I don't. I was in Chicago originally at Old Orchard.
Okay.
Then they shipped me off to Scottsdale, Arizona last year. Then they moved me back here to open this restaurant. So.
Well, that's exciting. And when you think about it too, it is kind of a homegrown product, but it is all over the place, and that's thanks to Brinker opening everything up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Brinker's done a great job expanding the brand, but yeah, it's a Chicago-based company, which is kind of exciting.
That is kind of exciting. And anybody that's got those Let Us Entertain You gift cards, that's what works here at the holidays. So.
Yes, we partnership with Let Us Entertain You in the Chicago market only, so we'll take their gift cards, we'll take their scratch-off coupons that you guys should have now, but yeah, we do a lot of partnership with them.
Well, and tell us what's here. We're here at lunchtime. It looks like you've got you've got some people in the bar, you've got all different, you've got families, you've got business people. What is your market?
Lunch, it's a mixture. We've got a lot of shoppers out. We've got a lot of business lunches that come in, groups of 6, 8, 10, 15, even up to 20. 20 is the max we'll do in the dining room. Dinner's a little more casual, more families. But yeah, lunch, very, very, much business, clientele oriented.
Well, very good. And I know that I've seen online, I've seen people come in here and pick up. They must be ordering online, calling in, so you can get food at home anytime.
Yeah, we do a great carry-out business. We also have, in our carry-out, we offer pan size of our different entrees, so you can feed parties of like 8 up to 16 per pan. And then starting in September, we will be opening up delivery as well.
Oh, so I can call and you'll come to my house? Will it be you?
It won't be me, but minimum orders of $125 we'll be able to do delivery.
Okay, so that'd be great for a party or if you're
Absolutely.
getting people together. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking time. Thank you to all your staff for letting us come in here and turn the lights on today. And welcome to Vernon Hills,
thank
and I'm
you.
glad it's going well.
Yeah, we're glad to be here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Well, that wraps up this edition of the Vernon Hills Update. If you have comments or suggestions, please contact Mike Stordo at 847-918-3560 or email Mike S. at vhills.org. Thank you for tuning in to the Vernon Hills Update.